I had to go live. I had old AD post something about me, so I'd like to make a response, and I'll tag them as I usually do when I talk about somebody, or I try to at least tag them. I talk about so many people in my videos and ask questions and never really get any answers. But AD, you're gonna tell me the truth, and I just have to trust you, eh, bud? First off, don't ever put your trust in a man, brother. You know what I mean? I ain't ever trusting you, bud. I go by what the universe tells me, and well, I try and figure it out from there. So that way, if I make a mistake, you know what I mean? It was my mistake to make, not yours, AD. But then again, you're trying to point out that I have demons, my friend, and well, we both know that that's not true. Or you haven't been able to prove it. You just say it. Just because you say it, don't make it true there, AD. But hey, what is it you want to tell me is the truth, bud? Why don't you make me a nice little video and tag me in it and tell me what the truth is? Tell me about the truth of the situation in the world, AD. Tell me again how you being in Iraq is justified. How you weren't mind controlled to do something you probably shouldn't have. I mean, you've admitted that to me. But for some reason, you're holding on to the fact that you got Saddam. So it's all worth it. You know what I mean? Innocent people, just no weapons of mass destruction. Like, we talk about this shit all the time, but those are your brothers and sisters that are willing to put their lives on the line. You wouldn't be willing to put yourself, like, you're willing to die for your country, but you won't put yourself on the line to warn your fellow man, eh? Like, you know that those probably not a good thing, and that was forced onto the military. If you didn't take it, you didn't have a job anymore. You know what I mean? Like, is that the world we should be living in, AD? A man willing to die for his country. He questioned something, you know what I mean? And then they just fired him. You know what I mean? But they're willing to take him back now, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's all sorts of sicko stuff there, AD. But you let me know where I'm wrong, Fod. I don't, like, shouldn't we? Like, yeah, I know. Listen, bud, I know what's going on. We're supposed to act as Jesus would, bud. And nobody's doing it. Hey, what's up, Pookie? Well, what was I saying? AD, yeah, bud. The key to spirituality, we're supposed to be like the character of Jesus, bud. Have that character, but in our own authentic little way, you know what I mean? And well, bud, when you get to Jesus consciousness, you know what I mean? The Christer. Listen, you remember that little song? Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. He don't give a shit about color or creed or any religion or anything like that. AD, he loves them all, you know what I mean? And well, Jesus wouldn't want fentanyl being out there because, well, of open borders, you know what I mean? He'd probably try and tell you, he'd say, listen, AD, it's time to get your shit together and complain about those borders. It's time to do something before it happens to your children. You know what I mean? Or we could go even further into it, you know what I mean? He really would have a problem with Epstein's Island, you know what I mean? He'd probably say, AD, listen, you got like 1,000 and something subbies. Why don't you use that to help the world, bud? Why don't you ask your subbies to spread the word and we all try and get Dick Durbin on the same page, you know what I mean? We get that list from Dick. You know what I mean? We find out why Dick's hiding the list. Now, either Dick needs to be protected or he needs to be locked up. You know what I mean? It'd be that easy, you know what? If we just spread the word and did that simple thing and just kept on dick and we could find out. Because, like, do you think it's impossible that Bill Gates is on that list? Like, his wife did say they got divorced because of Apple. He had something to do with it. So, they were business partners. You know what I mean? They were in business together. You know, this is real. You know what I mean? You would think that somebody of Bill Gates' stature, right, before he gets into business, he would vet that person that he's getting into business with. You know what I mean? Regardless of the money, you would do your due diligence as a businessman. Make sure you weren't getting wrapped up into anything fucking stupid. Unless you knew it was stupid and you wanted to be a part of it. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, AD, then Bill Gates needs to be locked up. And for some reason, you're scared of that shit turd. He's nothing. He's so scared of being made to look like that little joke that he is, bud. You have no idea how he's shitting his pants. And when he sees me or hears me, you know what I mean? You don't hear me, AD. But Bill Gates is smart enough to know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? He signed a deal, he didn't know what he was getting into, you know what I mean? It's almost a sick world where the devil's the only one you can trust, bud. At least he admits he's a liar, you know what I mean? Like, most people won't. They'll just carry on with the lie and carry it on no matter what. Like, look at Wade Deaver. He just won't budge, you know what I mean? Like, if Wade has cancer, you think he'd, like, be trying to, you know what I might make up for your mistakes, not fucking keeping adding on being a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? But hey, if there's a hell, at least you'll know some people there, AD. You know what I mean? You'll have a waiter there to spend some time with. You know what I mean? Could you imagine spending your eternity with Wade and Dagburn and these fine folks who talk about God all the time? You know what I mean? And have no sense of God. No sense. Listen, boys. What sits on the right hand of God? The truth. What does God represent, bud? Love. The Father was love, and the Son was truth. And if you don't have truth, you don't get love from the Father, you know what I mean? You can read it in your little book there, boys. Listen, you're scared. I understand that you're scared. And you don't want to do anything to change the world, but listen. Go read your Bible, boys. Go get her out. Go get her out. Carl's about to school you in the Bible. Go get Marty and you guys can all hold hands and you can do this together. Look up no fear, bud. You're not to have fear when you have God. He'll show you the way, bud. I'm telling you. 365 times in the Bible you will find that. Do you know why 365 times? Because every day he wants you not to have any fear, bud. Every day he wants you to live in the truth. Because if you got the truth, you got nothing to fear. And all you're going to get is love from the Father. Because if you have the truth and you see something wrong, you're going to do the right thing to try and change it. You know what I mean? Look at me, AD. Perfect example. Do you think this is fun for me looking like this, bud? Like I keep telling you, bud, like I'm a little star seed. And I'm about to sprout. What if I did sprout, AD? That'd be bad news for you, wouldn't it? That'd be bad news for whole Creek Squad. Hey, I had someone come into my comments and ask me, how'd all this feuding start? Well, hey, you guys want to talk about how this all started? I'd be more than willing to. I won't start from the beginning because that would take too long. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. But self-started. I thought I was having a spiritual awakening, and I knew I was a chosen one. And well, I thought there'd be more people like me. And for some reason, I thought Ryan Upchurch was chosen, just based on the sheer fact where I thought people were just completely fucking with them just to fuck with them. You know what I mean? And I had a lot of that, you know, in my experience. And I got the receipts to prove it. And that's one thing Ryan usually does is he brings the receipts. This time with this Mises guy, he's looking like bad. Like, and once you get caught lying, it's hard. But anyways, I'll get back. We got, so I thought Upchurch was chosen, and I knew it sounded crazy. So I tried reaching out to people, and Johnny Dagburn was one of the, this is when he was with Upchurch, you know what I mean? And he was riding high with Patty and the first time. So I was making videos tagging Johnny, and well, he'd like my videos or true that or something like that in my comments, but I keep saying, hey bud, can you talk to me? Like, I just want to talk to you, and then you maybe you can talk to Patty, and then if Ryan thinks I'm a crazy person, then you guys can let me know or whatever. But no, Ryan or Johnny couldn't do any of that stuff. But I didn't say anything. He didn't reply to me or nothing, but I didn't get on him. So one time I'm watching his program, and he's talking about me and trying to get Ryan's attention, and how he could make me look like a fucking, he'd squash me like a bug. And I was just like, what a piece of shit. I asked this man for fucking help, and he's trashing me on his channel in front of like 10,000 people, when all I did was ask him to talk. You know what I mean? At least let me talk, and then you can tell me where you don't want to help me or whatever. But Johnny was the voice of the voiceless back then, and he's there to help people, and he's a fucking lying piece of shit. But anyways, so then I tried exposing Johnny. I was like, I've got the goods on him. I can show people exactly who he is because he hasn't changed. But then Wade Deefer came to Johnny's defense, and well, he mouthed me off a little bit, but then I cut it back on that or whatever. So I continued on my merry way, not wanting Upchurch to be chosen. I kept looking for reasons to think that he was, people say he went manic too. There was a lot of coincidences, you know what I mean? Like, just a lot of patterns that seemed, I mistook what was going on. And his music is soulful. I was probably reading too much into it. But anyways, I keep getting out of track. So I tried going right straight to Creek Squad, right? So there's this Bare Bones guy, and he offered to have me on a show. We were talking and stuff like that. So I go on, and I don't even get a chance to talk, and they're all over me. You're an idiot. You're crazy. You're this. I'm like, you guys haven't even heard why I think he is chosen. Like, no, they just trashed me. All of them. You know what I mean? So then what else happened? I tried pointing out to them at one time about this Jamie girl that was part of Creek Squad. I picked up on her that she had real narcissistic tendencies, and she was a really fake person. And I started saying she was fake, and well, Creek Squad got mad at me for that. But then they made like 10 videos up of explaining to everybody Jamie was a real one. They still didn't click in, you know what I mean? When you call somebody fake and they have to get like 10 people to convince everybody else that they're real, they're probably not real, you know what I mean? Here, I got witnesses that I'm real. But anyways, turns out Jamie was a little little manipulative. A little bit on the grooming side, was grooming Mama Payday's son. I tried to tell her, and well, they called me the piece of shit. And well, that's when all Wader, Wade, like these people have actually went on tangents. Wade Deaver tried telling the world that I was on experimental drugs, I was on electric shock treatment, and fucking in an insane asylum. Like he was telling these stories about me. But then again, Creek Squad too, like when I say things like, hey, the WEF is right there, and if you know it, you're a loser fucking parent for not wanting to change it. Wouldn't you agree? Like, someone let me know where I'm wrong. Like, hey guys, if the WEF, all you have to do is let me know that this isn't a and there isn't a WHO treaty, and my country might be burning down because of arsonists, and well, yours as well, and but anyways, this is where all these feuds came from, you know what I mean? And then I tried sending out a video to Uncle Will about how I thought fucking Upchurch was chosen, and he didn't really say anything back. All he said is we're all chosen, so I didn't fuck with him anymore, you know what I mean? But then I went after his boy Kurt or Wade or somebody, and then that's when Uncle Will came and told me I was crazy, but he was unwilling to talk to me to show me where I was crazy. But here's the crazy part is with Uncle Will, he's such a fucking loser. He fucking tells people about the shit that I'm talking about, but he doesn't want to do anything about it. But he thinks I'm crazy for thinking that I have the power to change it. The only thing stopping it from being changed is Uncle Will, because he doesn't think he has any power because he's a pussy. And I'm trying to turn him into a man. And I wish he would just fucking be a man. Like Uncle Will. Grow a set of balls. AD, grow a set of balls. Come on. AD, you got fucking children, dude. You were willing to die for your country. And you can't fucking take a look at what's right in front of your face. Because life feels comfortable now. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, man. Did you ever look into that Libya stuff like I told you to? Check out Omar Gaddafi. Like, fucking see why they wanted him to be taken out, bud. You know what I mean? That stuff started catching on around the world, then fuck, there'd be a lot of people that didn't have control over everybody. But here's the deal. If you're a creative person and you got drive, you can be good and make a whole shit ton of money too. But for some reason, these little puppeteers, instead of fucking doing good and being creative, they want to be destructive and fucking ruin everybody's lives so that they can feel powerful. You make Bill Gates feel powerful, that little fucking puff turd. You know what I mean? Like, if you do you guys pay attention to shit when it's going on? Like, I pay attention to like a little detail sometimes. Like, I watched Fauci go through his house. He was doing a tour and talk and stuff like that. You should see how many pictures he has of himself in his house. You know what I mean? Like, Anthony Fauci loves himself some Fauci. But you know what? Here's the deal. I think karma. Like, I think Anthony was part of a big ring. You know what I mean? He's gonna get a lot of karma. Watching and working, okay. But I think Anthony's gonna get his karma. But hey, who knows? I think, I think, I think it's the Great Awakening, and I think that people are gonna have no choice other than to wake up. Like, the world's all fucking twisted. Ad, do you want? Look at this. Fuck, she is hot. The fuck. This is the leading edge of humanity.
We have several things in common. First and foremost, until a few months ago, we were both employed by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Now she's talking about a kicker from the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, bud. Apparently, he went into a school and said like abortions are bad or something. He gave his opinion. So
you on for 6 years straight. And with that, I would assume we went to the same PR training.
Why should you have to have PR training? You know what I mean, AD? Why can't you fucking be yourself? You know what I mean? Why do you need to be trained who you should be? You know what I mean? But
Since all of that obviously left your brain when you went to go give that speech, I thought I'd be a good coworker. Share my notes. Let's get started. These are big. Biggest takeaway is you now represent $1 billion organization. You are no longer just Stairs and Buckert.
she thinks because you're a foosball player, you should be owned by the corporation and they should own your thoughts and you should never talk about the things that you want to think about. You know what I mean? Never find the real answers that, you know what I mean? This is what I don't get.
Harrison Butker, who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, and anything you say or do that doesn't align with that brand, scissoring, just like the lesbians you hated in that video.
So because of his opinions, this little tart thinks he shouldn't have a job. Just because he thinks differently, he doesn't deserve to play foosball.
Grounds for termination. Not entirely sure if that last part is gonna apply to you, but I guess we'll find out. A quick minute to dissect some of the language in your speech referring to abortion, IVF, euthanasia, and surrogacy as degenerate culture values. Do you see how that maybe doesn't align with the brand COVID?
The brand. So fuck what you think. It's what the brand. You know what I mean? That was the thing. That was heartbreaking to hear Upchurch talk about the brand. You know, I thought he was an artiste. I thought it was about the art. And when I heard him talk about the brand, I don't know. I knew I'd lost him, but hopefully we can get him back. You know what I mean?
Fiasco. Now, I would assume you know what fiasco means, but just in case you don't, you're referring to the pandemic as a humiliating failure. You know, we had an...
Wait. Does she think that it went good? Does she think that, well, not knowing that, well, now it's a possibility that it actually came from a lab and that, well, they've had to pull some of the medicine off the shelves. And well, not just Americans, but Canadians lost their small businesses all over the fucking place. So, is that not a fiasco? Do you know what I mean?
PR training on COVID, bro. We weren't supposed to talk about it.
Did you hear that? Not supposed to even talk about it. Not supposed to talk about it. Because then you can never get the answers. And if you think that it was a fiasco and you start letting it out to other people and you're a foosball player that people like, they might question it, even though Travis got the medicine and got paid $20 million. You know what I mean? 20 million. And that's what doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not a business guy, AD, but make this make sense, bud. Like Travis Kelce, he did have a lot of sponsorships, right? And like big ones like McDonald's and Coke and stuff like that. I can't remember the exact ones, but there were quite a bit. And all together, bud, all of his endorsements and stuff, they came to $10 million. 10 mil, bud. So you tell me if Pfizer, he wasn't handpicked by Pfizer, bud. Like, tell me, why would it take 20 million? Why would they go to him with a $20 million deal, doubling everything that he, like, doubling what he already makes? Like, I understand why he took the deal, but I don't. I mean, did he really get it, or who knows? You know what I mean? I hope there's a test for that. because I like to see if Justin Trudeau and Doug Ford got it. You know what I mean? It's just my opinion, and while I'm allowed to have my opinion, I don't think they got it. Like, if I had to be honest. So I think before they go to jail, they better make sure they aren't spreading the disease around. So they should make sure that they are. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole lot of karma coming there, AD. Like, I don't think you realize. Like, I don't think playing with God is a good idea. You want to see what I'm talking about, bud? You want to see the kind of fucking stupidity I have to fucking be around? I'll show you. It's enough to make you sick. Yeah, let me see if I can find her here. I know I got her in the still saved list. Like this is fucking right down my street, bud. Right down my street, and fucking there's some in old Marty's old stomping ground too.
When you're back, life hurts.
You ready for this, bud? This is for real.
Tim's new flatbread pizza, available in 4 delicious flavors. If you
Hey Clifford, I'm only the joke until you find out you're the joke, bud. And I only look crazy to you right now, but when you realize that I'm not crazy, you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna be like, holy shit, there is a God that I talked about, but fuck, I just wasn't with him. I'm kind of a fucking moron, and I kind of went after his son, and well, like that's between you and God, you know what I mean? But you shouldn't be coming after God's son, you know what I mean? But heck, you can think what you want, you know what I mean? You are one of God's sons too, but you just don't know it because you ain't got no fucking truth. Because if you had the truth there, Clifford, you'd know that you got power to change the world. But fuck, you're too fucking stupid and brainwashed. Like, is there a soul in there, bud? Like, you got no brain. Do you have a soul? Can we get some sort of spark? Maybe we can get something going. You know what I mean? Like, at least admit it, bud. Take a look into the WEF and the WHO Treaty. Just fuck the WEF. Take a look at the WHO Treaty, bud. Hey, what about all those empty Walmarts? You ever think about that shit, dipshit? Ooh, you don't follow WHO rules. You're gonna get gathered up. Get ready to play the Hunger Games, bitch. We don't have to if you fucking stand up and you're a man there, fucking Clifford. But hey. Anyways, let's get back to our regular scheduled program. And this shenanigans is going on in my fucking town and talking about my fucking brother, and I'm pissed off. Like, AD, I think I get upset with you when you talk about God and then you don't have truth in your mouth. Imagine being this guy and going to seeing God. If this is the end times, I want you to put yourself in his position and think about him justifying himself to God, okay? You tell me where this is anywhere right.
This morning that if you want God to use you, if you want to fulfill the calling that God placed you on this earth to fill, all you got to do is lay down everything you are, everything, your talents, your time, your money, everything at the feet of Jesus in the flesh, not some mystical Jesus up in the sky. And don't get me wrong, absolutely there's a God in heaven that we pray to. But you gotta lay it down at the feet of Jesus in the flesh, his administration on this earth, the apostles, and that's when you'll find true joy and true happiness. And it's just divine mercy that God ever sent men in his stead on this earth to be are our saviors. You know, we would be so lost without them. We would have nothing. We wouldn't know where we are or where we're going. But this morning, we know where we are. In prophecy, we know where we come from and we know where we're going because of them. And I'm
Okay, you caught that, right? They're the saviors, right? And you need to lay all your money and everything you are and everything you have at the feet, right? Okay.
thankful for that this morning, to have truly found it all.
I've got lots to say this morning, so don't run out. But first, you gotta listen to me. Why, when you're Jesus,
Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Get ready, guys. Guess what? Our Savior's here. And he's ready to save us.
break the news to you. I am Jesus in the flesh.
Oh my goodness. We're going to have to take all our money and everything we are and everything we have and bow down to this fucking man, the Savior of the fucking world, Jesus in the flesh. Now, AD, I'm proud of him for wanting to be like he's not being like Jesus though. Do you think Jesus came down and said, hey, give me everything you got, get down on your fucking knees and do as I say? I don't recall Jesus ever asking to be worshipped. Do you know what I mean? I think he said all glory to the Father. You know what I mean? And well, I think Henry's trying to give it to everybody in the glory hole. You know what I mean? He's a Schindler. You know what I mean? And I gotta love God, and I gotta love the Father, and I gotta love the truth. And I gotta know that this guy's a fucking douchebag. And they're all over the world, but this is a big organization that gets away. Like, who the fuck falls for this shit? Like,
If you're
like, seriously, who falls for this shit? Like, I don't get it. See, I know how they do it. I just don't understand how they are able to convince people that they're fucking like the church with the apostles and they're the end time church, and they've got all these people convinced to give them all their money and all their power. You know, just it's the same thing as how you give all your power to the government, AD. They get doubled whammied because they still have to fucking pay the government, but then they think they're getting their power back by fucking giving it to the church. You know what I mean? Because they're afraid to die. They're afraid, so they fucking give everything they have to make sure that they're safe. Meanwhile, they're selling their souls to these fucking morons. You know what I mean? AD, I'm the fucking chosen one, bud. But guess what? Don't ever get on your knees for me, bud. You know what I mean? I don't want you to worship me. I don't want you to follow me. I want you to find yourself. You know what I mean? Question every motherfucking thing I say to you, bud. And let me know where I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Fuck, don't trust a man. That's why it fucking, hey, bud, you want me to trust you? No. I've seen who you're willing to hang out with. And I've seen how you flip-flop on ideas. And, well, quite frankly, your thinking on your government just doesn't fit my morality code. You know what I mean? We're on different morality codes. I think your children are worth saving. I think they're in trouble. And nobody will show me where I'm wrong and where I shouldn't be concerned about everybody's children. But, hey, I say stuff like that and you guys want to pick on me and make me look like I'm a bad person, like I'm a child herder or something. It's quite pathetic and quite loserish. You know what I mean? But hey, you guys are digging your own hole. I warned you right from the get-go. I said, I'm not fucking around. I would not lie. I swear I would not. God knows my heart. He knows. He knows if I'm a crazy person just trying to help the children. You know how ridiculous this is? That I have to tell grown adults to fucking go check something out, to get back to me and let me know why we shouldn't fight for the future of their children because she looks bleak. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm trying to tell you guys, like, it's really hard. Everything, AD, everything is a facade, bud. It's all a facade. Like, the Federal Reserve, bud. It's a joke. It's like, how did our forefathers fall for that? Hey, let's start off with a whole bunch of debt, and we won't even know who's fucking getting it. Let's give it all to the Rockefellers and these Chase Martin guys or whatever the fuck their name is. You know what I mean? Like, it's a scam, bud. It's a scam. If you were to truly have a government that was for the people, bud, the banks would be owned by the states, you know what I mean? And then the money would funnel back into the system, you know what I mean? You wouldn't have taxes, you know what I mean? You could have like processed your goods, a certain percentage goes back towards the people. You know? What you made would be when you really sit down and you think about things, it could be such a simple world, bud. But hey, if you ever looked into the anti-WEF, there's actually an organization. I should take a look at what they're into. Wonder if they're looking. That's what we should do. We should take over and ask the people run for president and prime minister. Look for different systems and say, hey, are you guys interested in giving us this? Because we're not interested in this shit that's going on right now. There's too many homeless people. There's too many of your brothers and sisters, AD, that were in the military and they're all fucked up. And no one seems to fucking give a flying fuck. And that bothers me for some reason. Heroes shouldn't fucking come home to suffer, you know what I mean? People shouldn't suffer the way they are. But they are because nobody's got any fucking balls to do anything and change it. Whether wallow in our fucking victimness, it's not our fault. There's nothing we can do. My name is Clifford. Something's gonna happen, AD. I'm fucking telling you right now, bud. I swear on everything I am. I swear on it. I fucking feel it. I would get in line with God and I would fucking do her quick. I don't know what's gonna happen, bud. I only read the universe, bud. And I swear to you, it fucking talks to me. I've warned you guys. I've got videos. Like the fucking videos from fucking Mr. MRB 333. Like a fucking ton of them. And they're all fucking different. Nobody ever fucking cared. Nobody ever wanted to fucking listen. I tried telling you guys, the world's a fucked up, miserable fucking place because humans are fucking stubborn and ignorant because they're fucking brainwashed. You tell me, dude, you guys think it's a big fucking joke I've been in the hospital 5 times. You tell me how it's right that I go to the hospital because I fucking wanted to die. So I went for my family to fucking try and get better. I got better. I started getting strong and standing up for myself against the people who made me think that I should fucking kill myself. But when I did that and I let their fucking secrets out, and all I wanted was an investigation. What kind of company fucking sends out letters to their employees saying you're not allowed to talk to anybody from work? And we're not doing an investigation. And they delete every fucking email you ever have from the cocksucker you were trying to fucking point the finger at. Who does that? But then when I go and say, hey, I'm going to tell this company you fucking threw out hundreds of thousands of dollars of their fucking inventory, and I can prove it because I know the system like a motherfucker, and I can show them exactly how you fucking did it. On top of that, hey AD, do you know that when you switch machines, when you do parts for a customer, you have to get them approved? Well, we had a big paint line, not approved, not anything. We ran customers' parts through it, not approved. I fucking told them I was gonna tell the company if they didn't do an investigation. But then, when I do that, can you imagine being yanked out of your fucking home? Being told you gotta go see a psychiatrist at the fucking hospital? And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then when you get to the hospital, I have this videotape, bud. She's on video. I'm asking him, I'm like, what the fuck am I here for? I'm looking at this paper that says violence and suicide. And I'm like, where's the evidence? Well, your friends are concerned. And then you find out that your friends is work. Do you know how what a mental toll that takes on someone to be fucking hospitalized and told that they're fucking crazy when they're not? Do you have a fucking clue? I was never gonna hurt anybody. What the fuck are you dragging me out of my fucking house for and locking me up? And that's just one fucking time. I'll tell you the rest of the story on the other 5 fucking times. It's even fucking worse than that. How can a psychiatrist who fucking told you who was fucking your head up let that person fucking lock you up in the fucking hospital? Sounds fucking right, eh? I know every little integral thing of the fucking system, but I've been fucked by every one of it. And God has protected me all along the way. Mortgage up by $1,000 a year after your fucking mortgage because you had a 1 year. $1,000 fucking dollars. Who can fucking do that? You know why people are fucking losers and they don't try? Because there's no fucking gains in it, bud. You can't even have an apartment right now. Like, it's fucking brutal. And then we're gonna wonder about the housing crisis because we got no fucking lumber because all our fucking woods are fucking burning down. And that's fucking climate change, right? Fuck off. Just like our water fucking, it's all fucked up. What's that? What's the reason for that? Like, I have videos like that I posted to shit like a long time ago where in Manitoba and shit like that, these people were catching people fucking throwing shit in their water. Looking like government people. We're not fucking asking why. Like, you have a train derailment where it fucking affects a whole fucking town and your fucking president can't fucking go there. Like, I don't get how you guys aren't awake to what's going on. Or let me know where I'm wrong. Like, that's where it gets me. I'm like, this, and this. Go fucking check it out for yourselves. Hey guys, there's a whole bunch of satanic shit going on. If Dave Grohl is part of a band that is satanic, that probably means he's a fucking shithead and shouldn't be supported. Let your people know that he's in a satanic fucking band. I'm not talking about the Foo Fighters. He's in another band. Like, hey, all these Diddy fuckers, let's fucking let them know they're not gonna. DJ Khaled, like, fuck, if you don't know, like, holy fuck. Like, this is how stupid we are and how much we bite into their bullshit. I did these videos a long time ago about before the celebrities started going down. This is quite a while ago. People made fun of me for doing it. But Paris Hilton, when she came out about being an advocate for fucking teenage people who fucking in these homes get hurt and stuff like that. No one was ever charged. She never pointed the finger or ever said any names. It's because it's not fucking real. They play roles to fucking make themselves fucking look good. If you guys think Paris Hilton gives a flying fuck about anything but herself, she's a fucking Rothschild. They're fucking inbred fucking losers. Like King Charles and like, it doesn't take like, hey, AD, if you were any sort of Christian and you love Jesus, you'd want to expose the Pope. Let me know where the Pope's good. He's affiliated with the Rockefellers, bud. Go do your invest. Go see how many times fucking that cocksucker gets on his fucking knees and kisses Elite's feet. That is a sheep, a weak little sheep of Satan. And you guys let him fucking be what, like when people think of Jesus, they think of the Pope. That's how fucking bad it is. That Pope has nothing to do with Jesus. Nothing. He's a complete and utter fucking loser. With no truth. You mean to tell me that, AD, do your investigations and tell me where you think that that guy should represent Jesus. God picks his representatives, not fucking men. And men picked that fucking Pope. Men did. The same fucking men who allowed fucking children to be harmed throughout the Catholic Church through all of fucking time. The same fucking Catholic Church that took care of the fucking Indians. It's brutal that we can't catch on to the simplest of shit. Like, that man should not be related to God at all. At all. He needs to be put in his place. Like, holy smokes. When do men become men and just say no? Like, instead, I got everybody coming into my comments, busting my balls for the most part. Oh, peekaboo, nappy-headed. Yeah, well, you'll be doing well in the awakening, sweetheart. Wakey, wakey. Bakey, bakey, you know what I mean? Who knows? Is there hell? Will you taste hell? What will hell taste like? I ain't fucking finding out. That's why I do these videos. I do not want to find out. Not at all. And I don't even know if hell exists because I believe in reincarnation, but does it come to an end? Are we in a simulation? Does the simulation come to an end? Do you only get so many tries before, well, you just separate the weeds from the good stuff, you know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? It would be good to know that God was in town though, you know what I mean? You'd have a lot more answers, a lot more clear. Maybe you could get all these dipshits who say that they're chosen and they're taking popping people into positivity and don't live in the real world. Don't see what's actually going on. See, here's the thing. I do live in positivity because I positively know I can be the change. And while they might be living in a false positive because if we don't address the issues, they just fucking get worse. But like I've said, let me know where there's no issues because I would really like to stop doing this. But hey, none of you guys ever give me any answers. You crazy, Carl. You got demons. I wonder if Cliffy Stiffy's still here. So, Clifford's called me a meth head, a child predator. He accused me of being a homosexual. I think he's done that too. I mean, that's going to be a big weight to bear. You know what I mean? But that's only if I'm chosen, though, Cliffy. You know what I mean? But hey, I already forgive you. You know what I mean? You just got to forgive yourself. But in order to forgive yourself, you got to figure out who you are, Cliffy. And first of all, you got to understand that, well, you're a big old pussy. You know what I mean, bud? You got to admit that to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, hey, bud, I noticed you haven't made any videos about me lately. Did Daddy Little Me tell you to stop? Haven't been able to get permission yet. Inspire me with your creativity. But all I did like the, oh yeah, you did do one with the little stuffy. I got one I want to do for you too, but you know what I mean? Well, we'll do that another time. I gotta go to bed. Catch ya, everybody. See you, Stardust. What do you mean we can't take down the Pope from here? Of course we can. We go and talk to the Catholic Church and we say, listen, we may have all been deceived. The Pope may be a deceiver. So stop fucking sending the money, and well, then maybe we can have the whole world come together and we can say, Vatican, Vatican, let us in. We want to see what the truth is in. You know what I mean? They got shit in the Vatican that, why would it be hidden from humanity? Like, isn't God's stuff to be shared with all? It makes no sense that they hide it all away and keep it to themselves unless there's something to keep to themselves. You know what I mean? Is the Gospels of Thomas more of the way we should be? You know what I mean? But the Bible does tell us, hey, no fear. Be in Jesus as he is in you. You know what I mean? That means you got Jesus in you. You got God in you. You know what I mean? Are you the Father? No, I think there is a Father, but I think we are gods. You know what I mean? Jesus was a God. He said, have I not said we are all gods? We are the creation. And when you are a creation of the God, you are a God. You know what I mean? That's just the way I think anyways. I got something guiding me. You know what I mean? There's a higher power than me. I don't think that I'm completely God. You know what I mean? But I got the power to move mountains, and I'll do it with or without Clifford. You know what I mean? I will find men who want to be men and actually want to save their children, and we're going to do it, bud, and we're going to change the world. And hopefully after we convince the men and women to save their children, then we can find out the truth, because I think that that's it. The truth is the way to God. I don't think it necessarily has to be Jesus. It just, you have to know thyself, the truth of the self. You know what I mean? But anyways, I rambled on again. I was going to go. Not enough of a, see, you think too small to Stardust. Listen, if I had just 2 more motherfuckers like me, we could take on the world. But unfortunately, I'm not finding anybody else like me, you know what I mean? But hey, those are decisions that you guys are all going to have to make. Do you want to find the power or find out what happens when you don't have the power? I don't know. I wish I had the answers, but I don't. But somebody obviously had the thoughts of hell, so it came from somewhere, and I don't want to think I'm going there, so I'll think better, and I'll keep thinking that I'm working for a God of love, AD, a God of love. I don't place judgments. I only give my opinions and I ask questions, and when I give my opinions, I give the reasons why I give them, you know what I mean? I just don't call you a brainwashed, stupid idiot because it makes me feel good. It's because, well, that's what the facts tell me, because if there is a problem and you ignore it, then that's on you, Not me. I'm not the problem, but you guys are. But anyways, peace out.